Alright, so today what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go into Kohya and we're going to train a LoRa where we can use it in Stable Diffusion, and we're going to do this to see if we can kind of get a better image. So to get started, what we want to do is we want to go over here to Utilities, and we have these different captions up here. I'm going to use the WD-14 captioning because I feel that just gives me the best results. So for the image folder, like right here, that's going to be my regular image folder, which I have my images down here. So I'm just going to copy that over and then paste it right there. And then down here we have the tag, replacement. We have undesired tags and we have prefix. So the only one that I want to do is I want to do prefix because I'm going to name this man TC, and then and I'm a man, and put a comma there, and then at the end you always want to put the comma at the end unless it gets mixed in with another tag, so I always put that comma there. Then after we have this, just take one quick look over and everything looks good to me. So what we're going to end up doing is going down here and hit Caption Image. And it looks like it's not working even though that we hit Caption Image. But if we go over here, we can see that it's actually working if we actually look at the command, and it's going to be producing 166 text. So once this is done, we'll jump back over here. Alright, so we're done with the captioning, and kind of gives you some feedback on what we have up here. And these are different numbers on how often they find stuff in there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. If we go over here back to our folder, we'll know we have the text. And if I open up the text, it will show you, like right here, what it sees in the picture. Man TC, man solo, looking at viewer, smile, short hair. And I'd have to open up this text to kind of see that, which we have it right here, is what it's explaining. Now we can open up each and every image and change the text going down there, but that seems kind of, hard to do. I want to say hard, just time consuming, and it's not very efficient. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to open up Booru. It's a data management software, and I can put the link in the description below if you want to use it. But we'll open that up, and it opens up this program right here. And I'll just blow that up, and we'll hit File, Load Folder, and we'll go to my desktop, Images. Let me go back up, Image Training, Train Images, and we're going to select this folder. And now we have everything in here. So we have this first guy right here, and the name, man, solo, looking at viewer, small, short hair, shirt, black hair, one boy, closed mouth. And we're just making sure that these, match. Instead of a white shirt, like right here, that's a gray shirt. So we just type that in to change it. Upper body, male focus. Artist names probably doesn't need to be in there. So we can just delete that out. It's indoors, windows. Facial hair, I guess. Curtains, we have curtains in there. T-shirt, realistic, bubble, or stubble, and blind. So that image looks pretty good. So then we can go down here and we click on the next one, and we just go down this list and we make sure that all these are correct. Now over here to the right with the alt tags, these are in alphabetical order. These are in global settings. So if we go down here, we look at these settings, and if we see something that we don't like in here, we can take this out. So we can just go down and take all this out, and these are global, so we'll remove them all from all the photos. And that's pretty much it. You just go down each picture and delete what you don't want in there, and then you'll have a good quality text file with your images. So let me finish this up and I'll get back with you. Alright, so now that we're done with Booru, we can go back to Kohya. And just let you know that, this is our file, like right here. And we'll click on this first one. And if you notice, it does now say gray shirt instead of white shirt. So we know that Booru made all the changes that we wanted to change. And you can go through in each and every one of these, but, it's not necessary. So I'm just going to exit out, and then we're going to go over to train on LoRa. So we'll click on the LoRa tab. And I already have a configuration. So what I am going to do is, if I wanted to load this, I can sit there and hit the refresh button. But I already have mine already preset. So if we go down here to the accelerated launch, the only thing I change in this section is the BF16. I just put it on that because I have a higher end video card. Everything else I keep the same. Then over here in model, right here, since we're training for 1.5, just make sure you have the base 1.5 model. And then, your model output name, just name it something that, you want to use. And then down here is where I put my images. This is where my image folder is. I don't fill out this at all. And then right here, I select BF16. Now, if yours don't work, I'm talking about use the FP16. So if you have an older video card, use that one. I always use safe tensors. So that's pretty much it on the model section. Now, if I go down here to the metadata, I don't fill none of this out. You can if you want, I just don't. And then down here where the folders are, these are where I'm going to put my output folder, and this is where I'm going to put my log file right here. And you can put yours wherever you want. Then we go down here to our next one, which we have data preparation. So this is your instant prompt, so what you want to type in to get your image. So I put mine right there, just make sure it's unique. And then the class prompt, I'm a man, so I put man down there. And then for the training image directory, it's going to ask you where it is, so I can put it right here to train images. And then over here for repeats, I have 3. And like the formula is like, if I want like a 5,000 max training, I'll take the max training, I'll divide that by the images times the epochs, and then that will give me the repeat number. I'll put the formula down below so you can see it in the comments. And then this right here, I don't use. And then down here, right here, this is where I want my destination at, and I don't want that, I want it like that. Okay, so now we have the destination set right there. Now I could do copy info in respective field, and that's going to change some of the stuff that I set up here to their fields. So I don't really want to do that, right? I just want to keep everything the way that I want because I want that control. So I hit prepare training data. So I hit prepare, and if, it doesn't look like anything's working, right? But if I go over here, I can tell that, stuff worked in there. And then we'll go down here to our parameter settings. And then, presets, none. I don't really change much in here. I already set this to 10, and I already set mine to 1. You'll have people say, says, oh, I want mine to 4 or 5. I just keep it at 1. Epochs, I keep it 10. And then I keep these as zeros, like right here. But I know with the formula that my max, is going to be closer to 5,000 training steps. So I just keep these as zeros. And then I want to save every epochs at 1. And that's because I can go back in and I can check previous versions to see which one produces the better image. And then, C, just make it random. I make sure these both are checked, the Latins and the dis, just to speed things up. I like to use constant. You'll see some people use cosine, but constant seems to give good results. And then this Atom W8-bit, most people will use that. There's other ones people use too. It just seems like this one kind of gives me better results. The max grade, keep as 1. I don't set any arguments. You can play with that. Same thing with the learning rate. I keep it, low if I can get better quality. And over here, the max resolution, since the base is trained with 512 and 768, I just want to make sure that my max resolution doesn't go over 768. And I enabled buckets on here. That way, if you have 512 images and 760 images, it will go into the right bucket, and it'll just help you with your training a little bit better. And if we go down here, I changed these to the recommend settings on the low end, and that's the only thing that I changed. This network rate dimension I changed to 128, and I keep the network alpha the same. You can divide that by half. Some people do that, but I'm just going to keep mine at 128. And we'll go down here to advanced. I pretty much keep this the same too. I do check the gradient checkpoint, and I do check the shuffle caption just so I can have it some randomized. I don't upscale. And then over here, everything else down here, I keep that as the default. So let me go back up here and take advanced off. And for samples, I don't change anything there. And then hugging face, I don't change anything there. So I got everything up. Now, once you have yours set up the way you want it to, you can always go up here and hit the save button, and it will save your config file. So since everything's done, we'll go down here and we'll hit start training. You'll know it's working because it'll be the red right here for stop training. And if we go over here, we can actually see that it's going. So it's doing my bucket count right up here. So I do got 642. And we'll just go through this and we'll just wait to see, how long it takes to finish. Alright, so now that we're done training, what we need to do is we'll need to look at our models, which is right here. So it's in your destination model folder. We have these sensors right here, and these are our trained models. And what we need to do, I need to copy those. And once those are copied, I want to take it over here to my Stable Diffusion, and I want to go into my models, and I want to go into my LoRa, and then I'll go into the TC folder, and I'm just going to make a new folder up here and just call it 15, just so I know that it's the base. And then I'm just going to paste those in there. And now when I start Stable Diffusion, they're there. And that's pretty much it on how to train the LoRa and get it over there. So let's start, let's close this out, open up Stable Diffusion, and look to see what we have. Alright, so here we are on Stable Diffusion. And I do have the realistic vision up here for my checkpoint that I'm going to use. And then we're going to go over to LoRa, and then I'm going to go over here and click on TC15 because that's my folder, and go down and click my main LoRa right there. And then I train that with MAD PC. And I'm going to over here generate, and I'll hit generate up here and see what kind of image that we produce and how it looks. And I guess it kind of reads me more. I guess it looks like a female there, which not today. Or ever. So we'll just go man, and then we'll just generate this, and then kind of say, look at that. That's actually not bad. I'm talking about, I think my chin's a little bit more pointier. But rather than that, I think that's actually looking pretty good. So I would say that's a success. So let's get the seed. So we're going to reuse the seed and click it. And I'll have this seed number right here. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go down here and we're going to do this XYZ plot script. And then we'll put the seed right here where we can compare all the like seeds together. And then what I'm going to do is I want to test the other prompts out. So I'm going to do this prompt SR. And I'm going to go back to my LoRa and look at these. So this, just click that one right there. Doesn't matter which one. So I have this right here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to hit X to exit out and type in NUM lowercase for a number. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do it uppercase. And then have that up there as a variable. So that way when I go down here, I can say my values is for num. For num, I'll have 001, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. And we'll go take that 1, 6 out. There we go. So now we have all those in there. Then I want to actually test the clippings. So let me go to clippings. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And then once that's set up, we'll look at our grid to see how we look. So let's go ahead and generate this. And then we'll wait and see how that comes out. Alright, so our clips came up. So I got the clip 1, 2, and 3. And then I got down here other stuff. But what we can do is we'll just open up the regular image. And then I'll bring this over where we can actually read it. So if I get this a little bit bigger here, you notice we have clip, we have skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. And, looking through all these photos, and these are the different training section of it. And, here I still got that chin that I don't like all throughout, like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yeah. So none of these are really that great. But when I come back up here to once we're totally done training and actually take a look at this, like right here, my chin's, a little bit pointy, But like right here, when we get skip 3, it's nice and round. So I'm talking about that looks actually pretty nice. So I think that, we got a success here with the 10th epoch and the clip skip of a 3. I think that comes out to be perfect. So let's take a deeper look at this and let me think about what settings I want to try right now. Alright, so I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll go back up here at the top, and we like the clip 3, and then we like this, kind of like that. Oh, you know what? I think I see what I did wrong here. I actually have this LoRa like up here again. So let me run this again and see what this looks like. That way it's only really doing this one instead of doing both like in there. Alright, so looking over here, we got the regular clips again. And if I take a second look and see what we have going on, and we'll just blow this up a little bit, bring it down, and yeah, the first one, definitely not me. But if we go down here and kind of like look, this clip over here, clip 3, looks pretty good, and that's just after the one iteration. Then, we kind of lose it kind of resembles, a little resemble 5, yeah. So looking at this, I guess what I have down here is, I think I like this one right up here is probably like close. This one here is kind of, I guess, when I'm a little bit skinnier. So I think that, this one is probably the one that I would pick out and use. So I'd like to, hear what comments that you have and which ones that, you would pick. Just let me know in the comments below. And pretty much that's how you train a LoRa, and then how to use an XYZ to kind of test it out. I'm going to run some more tests, but I'm getting into the video here. So have a good day.